Like Shalom, giving all praise and all glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakdash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Sincere shalom up to we Arkin, we be pushing this word around the globe in faith and in truth and in sincerity. As always, I want to start by saying we are the true Hebrew Israelites. The true Israelites are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Jamaicans, Dominicans, Haitians, all you West Indians, also you West Africans as well. We are the descendants of the man in the Bible whose name Israel, and therefore we are the true Hebrew Israelites. You know, we're not Jewish, we are the true Israelites. This also applies to anybody who may look like any of the other nations, and but it all depends on if your seed line by your father goes back to the man in the Bible named Israel, because Numbers 1 and 18 tells you that your nationality is determined by the seed line of your father. So if you look like any of the other nations and you believe in the names of Yahweh and Yahushai, and you believe in the totality of the King James 1611 Bible in faith and in sincerity, then you too might be an Israelite, because this is a thing by faith. You know, we believe by faith. So if you want to learn more about that, just Google GMS 12 Tribes sign. But moving on, here is this topic I'm going to do a lesson on. It says Hong Kong on the brink of breakdown as police fire tear gas at university campuses. Now, all I can say is Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which means all praises unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because we're seeing the prophecies come to pass and things are stepping up now. You know, yesterday YouTube put it out there that from December 10th they're going to start shutting down channels. And now, in other news, we're seeing uproars of the people all around the world, man. I mean, so many countries are having civil unrest now. I can't even keep track of all of them. But let's get into this one. It says, Hong Kong on the brink of breakdown as police fire tear gas at university campus. But before I get that, let me get the precept to give some context to this lesson, and then I'll get into the article. So I want to get, where are we at? 2nd Esdras 9th chapter. Where are we at? Okay, it said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, here's the point in 2nd Esdras 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Even so, the times of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. Well, this beautiful scripture. I'm going to get this again later, but let's get into the article. Hong Kong on the brink of breakdown as police fire tear gas at university campuses. Students are running for shelters as riot police fired tear gas for more than 20 minutes at a university campus. Now that's kind of like a battlefield situation, man. Like, I don't know, like you're trying to siege a building or whatever, and you're there firing at it for 20 minutes, man. That's heavy. So let's play this and see where we're going. Chaotic scenes in Hong Kong as police fire tear gas at university campuses. Boy, I wish they'd have fired tear gas at the university when I was back there, because I hated that shit, but it's not. Oh, here we go. Look at that, man. That's like a scene out of Resident Evil 2 or something, man. The city on fire. And you know what's funny, man? I'm just thinking. Recently, they put it out that Eddie Murphy's doing another Coming to America film, Coming to America 2. And all I'm gonna say is that's not what you want to be looking out for, man. You don't want to be worried about Eddie Murphy coming to America. You want to be worried about the wrath of Yahweh Shai coming to America, and it's coming very, very soon. And these scenes that you see here of the city being, oh, it's gone, but the scenes that you saw, the city being on fire, that's what's coming to America and to the rest of Europe.
When I first found out, it was hand delivered through the letterbox.
Miserable looking, unclean leper. Anyway. Yeah, these scenes are coming to UK, coming to America, coming all over the world, man. So let's go. It says, riot police have turned Hong Kong University campuses into battlegrounds, firing rounds of tear gas at protesters and bringing the city to the brink of total breakdown. Woo! Ooh, for Wadi Hel Basham Yahshai, man. It says the clashes came a day after police shot a protester at close range and the man was doused with petrol and set on fire in some of the worst violence in the former British colony for decades. Yes. See, it might seem crazy to other people. Why is he getting so excited about this? Well, I read to you in 2 Esdras 9, it says, measure thou the time diligently. And when it says, when now seest the signs past, sees part of the signs past before which I have told thee. Before it says, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made. So we're seeing Yahweh Shai bringing forth these prophecies and the end is being manifest. So it says university students were called on to boycott classes as part of a citywide strike, while white-collar workers were told to skip work and business owners to close their shops. Footage has emerged of running riot police firing tear gas and less lethal projectiles into a sports ground as protesters run for shelter at Chinese University of Hong Kong, CUHK. Police fire tear gas into sports ground at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Hong Kong protest man fighting for life after being set on fire by activists. Damn. Protesters are seen shielding themselves with umbrellas and rubbish bins to stay safe. Students and alumni have been forced to form a human chain to move to the front line of the conflict between protesters and police. Our society has been pushed to the brink of a total breakdown, police spokesman told a briefing. Police also fired tear gas at City University in Kwun Tong, beneath the Lion Rock, and at the Chinese University on the other side of the mountain, while protesters threw petrol bombs and bricks at police. Protesters at City University have stockpiled bricks and petrol bombs on the bridges and other approaches and were making small devices with nails to apparently puncture tyres. Ooh, this is getting hardcore. Streets inside and outside the Chinese University campus entrances were littered with bricks and other debris and small street fires as police tackled some protesters to the ground. Yeah, man. A van used as part of a street barricade was set ablaze. Beautiful, man. Fawadi Harbashim Yashai. Huge plumes of smoke emerged from the campus, can be seen from across the Tolo harbour, as web users described it as chaos and apocalypse. Boy, apocalypsis. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't the word revelation mean apocalypse? Salakia, my memory might be a bit faint on that, but I believe it is. I believe it does. If I'm mistaken, Salakia, but I think the word revelation does mean apocalypse. Anyway, it says protesters armed themselves with umbrellas as riot police fired tear gas. A protester holds a Molotov cocktail during the clash with riot police at the campus. See, I mean, look at this picture, man. It looks like something straight up out of Resident Evil 2, man, where the city's on fire. Raccoon City's on fire and everything like that, man. It's beautiful to see, man. Hong Kong crisis. Facebook Live captures chilling moment. Police shoot protester. The university said some people had broken into a storeroom and taken bows, arrows and javelins that were later retrieved. Andy, who graduated from CUHK, told Mirror Online that the police were out of control when firing tear gas towards students. He said, I felt sad. CUHK, is like my second home, and I feel like to protect it when the police came throwing tear gas. It is rumoured that at least 60 people were injured and now forming a human chain to deliver any useful resources to nearby first aid stations. I feel that the government and the police would do anything in order to stop the chaos in the city, even with an intention to kill the younger generation. Ooh, brilliant, man. I'm going to read that again. I feel that the government and police would do anything in order to stop the chaos in the city, even with an intention to kill the younger generation. Vincent, 28, joined the protesters at 8 p.m. Said he rushed to the university campus after work. He said, "The police have no rights to enter the campus. It is private property by law. They cannot just barge in and arrest students." Students and volunteers were seen passing bamboo sticks, food, drinks, and even umbrellas along the main human chain to different parts of the campus, he added. They will pass along messages if students call for doctors, he told the Mirror Online. This is from Ezra Chung. I believe this is a Twitter post. Live numbers of injuries is so enormous, counting becomes impossible. This part of the Chinese university seems to become like a purgatory that the protesters are aware they can't hide nor retreat, as they need to safeguard their school from police encroachment. Hashtag Hong Kong protests. Let's see, will this play? Might have to go to Twitter to play it, but let's see. Okay, so it's just someone being injured and taken away there. It says, Tuan Sung-chi, Vice Chancellor of the Chinese University of Hong Kong, is surrounded by members of the media. Several people were wounded, including a student reporter hit in the eye apparently by a brick, who was sitting in tears as friends offered comfort. Ouch, it's got hurt. Another clip shows first aid responders carrying injured students to safety for medical treatment. Tuan Sung-chi, Vice Chancellor of the Chinese University of Hong Kong, arrived at the scene in the afternoon as he tried to negotiate with the police. Police claim they responded to an incident regarding people hurling objects onto railway tracks at a nearby university station and did not intend to enter the campus, reported HKON-CC. Flash mob of protests took place at Hong Kong's financial district around lunchtime. Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam said protesters were being extremely selfish and hoped that universities and schools would urge students not to take part in the demonstrations. So it sounds like the government's coming up against the younger generation, which is why they're targeting the universities. And obviously they want compliance no matter what. And obviously the students are more... the students are less indoctrinated than, I guess, the adult generation. So that's why I think they see them as such a threat and why the police is coming hard against them. So it says more than 260 people were arrested on Monday, police said, bringing the total number to more than 3,000 since the protest escalated in June. So July, August, September, October, that's like 5 months now this has been going on, nearly. Protesters are angry about what they see as police brutality and meddling by Beijing in the freedoms guaranteed under the One Country, Two Systems formula put in place when the territory returned to China from British rule in 1997. I believe that's the end of the article. So, I mean, what can I say? I mean, when they say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come upon them. Let me get that. Yeah, I got it. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. Yeah, it says, this is a beautiful precept that backs up what I read in 2nd Esdras. I'll get that again to close out, but let me get it now. Let me get 1 Thessalonians 5:1-3 down now. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." Beautiful, man. Let me read that again. It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:1, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of the light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken, drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and the helmet, love for a helmet, and hope of salvation. For the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation from our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. So I want to jump back to 2 Esdras 9, and we'll close out on this. He says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For as like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the Highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So yeah, I've made the point. I'm going to get one more verse. It says, verse 8, it says, no, so lucky, let me start from verse 7. It says, And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them from me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their lives have received benefits and have not known me, and they while they have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet as a place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it. Here's the point. The same must know it after death by pain. So with that, I'm going to give it once again all praise and all glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone who rule well. Sincere shalom to all you Archim who pushing this word around the globe in faith and in truth and in sincerity. And until the next time I'm able to do another lesson, I say shalom.